Hello, welcome back to the motor. Today we are going to be looking at the motor. Like and subscribe, motor.
All the hard work you've done on the car.
Indeed.
Yeah. Do you want to explain what you've done and where we're up to, or?
So, basically.
Yeah, shut up. Are we on? Oh, hello. Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been a few weeks. So I think the last time we did a vid, probably about 2 or maybe 3 weeks ago, I can't remember now. We've been on holiday and then for a week in the middle of that, and then we've just been this weekend, it's Monday today, this weekend just gone to the British Motor Museum in like Warwickshire, I think, something like that, with my dad, which was brilliant, excellent, really good day out there. It's a really smart museum, lots of very friendly, helpful people, so enjoyed that very much. It was actually just purely by chance, the Rustival was on Saturday, so that was going on outside in the car park. Got to have a look around all that. Some other YouTubers, like we're YouTubers, we're not really, but there's other YouTubers there. I think iDriver Classic and Bub Nuts and things. I've heard of them. I don't know much about them, but I thought I'd bring you up to speed with the car. So the last time we spoke, I believe we had the coolant leak issue to deal with. We had the MOT to get sorted out, and maybe a few other little jobs. But I just haven't really had time in the last couple of weeks to do a lot on the car. However, I have done a few things. So you may notice if we come over here and if you go over there that the car is turned around, which means that we've had it running and it's moved and it kind of works. So a few things we've done. I'll see if we can find out. See if the bonnet opens there. That sounds good. So hopefully, I'm going to double check. Yep. I'll get to see if I can find a light and then it'll show you. Oh. Worked. If you look down there, I don't know whether you can see. Have a look. You have to come over here a bit. So the coolant leak is fixed. That down there, I'm not sure how well you can see it, you've got the torch in front of it, is a new coolant pipe, new coolant flange pipe. Actually, I was sort of quite depressed about that leaking. Ordered the new pipe on the Monday after the Sunday that the video went out, and it was here on a Wednesday, and I was actually able to get to it by only taking the top half off. I guess I must have had some sort of future vision, because all the Jubilee clips and bits were all in a place where I could access them really easily, so I didn't have to strip it all down as it happened. And in fact I probably could have done the job from start to finish in about 3 hours. So got the new coolant pipe on, just took a bit more care and attention really when I was fitting it, and so far so good. It's not leaking, no problems at all. Engine is, I think, fine. I don't think there's anything else problem wise, engine wise. Although I might need a bit of help, so if there's any experts out there, which I'm sure there is, on the coolant temperature sensor, which I'll come, well actually, when you run the car or drive it, it just stays on cold, and then in a blink of an eye shoots up to halfway. Just really, like literally in a blink of an eye. It doesn't creep up as the temperature goes up. Just it'll be on freezing cold, and then boom, it's on halfway. And then when I drove it a little bit, which I'll come to shortly, drove it just around here just to try it. It was occasionally just dropping off and going back up, and dropping off down to like a quarter temperature, and then shooting straight back up, and but all again in the blink of an eye. Now that temperature sensor is an intermotor one, and I think it's the 4th intermotor thing I've bought out car part, but not for this car but for other cars. And the previous 3 have all been put in the bin. So I think one's a MAF, one was an oil pressure sensor, and something else. None of them worked. They were all rubbish, and I don't know why I bought that. So I've been looking. There's a melee one, a couple of quid more. I might swap that out, but I don't know if that's the issue. I don't know if it's the actual gauge or something else. It needs calibrating. I did wonder if there was maybe a bit of an air pocket in there, but I've sort of checked the coolant levels and everything. Bleed screw all seems fine. Everything seems okay. So engine, hopefully good. Done. In fact, we might start it up. So I got that sorted out following that week that we had the coolant issue. And on the Friday night, which would have been, I don't know, about the 16th of August, something like that. That Friday night and into Saturday, got the 100 trays fitted, got the wheels on, got it down, gave it a wash off. It doesn't look like it now. I just gave it a polish, and again, doesn't look like it now. Gave it a wash and a polish, and by sort of Saturday, 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, I thought, oh, we might be able to get this down from an MOT. Had a quick look, and there was actually some MOT spaces available that afternoon. But I wanted to drive it first to make sure it was all right. So got it warmed up, and we just drove it around the roads here, just checking the brakes and gears and everything. And there were some issues. So one issue being that kind of coolant temperature just kind of worried me. I think it's all right. There's no signs of overheating or anything like that at all. I think it might just be a dodgy sensor. But then again, when I've googled the issue, it does seem to be, it can be a bit sketchy. So I could just learn to live with that. Not too fussed about it. Fans got nice and warm, heater's got nice and warm, I should say. So all that was fine. But a couple of problems. One is it was making an awful noise from the back. It sounded like two issues. One, possibly one of the brakes catching, and the other one maybe being some sort of diff, prop shaft, bearing noise. It was quite loud. I noticed when I went from, say, first to reverse or reverse to first, it was a bit, not clunky, it was just a bit felt a bit strange, a bit sort of not the gearbox. It just felt a bit strange, I don't know how to describe it. And it feels to me like the flex disc is gone, and that transfer of drive from the gearbox to the prop shaft, there's a bit of a delay there, it's a bit worn, and maybe that is the issue. But it was really noisy, really noisy. I was a bit worried, so I thought scrap the MOT. We were going away for that week anyway, within a couple of days, so it would have got MOT and sat for a week. So I thought leave it till I come back. So I got back and didn't touch it until Friday morning. So Friday morning just gone, got it back up in the air, and the brake noise, it would seem, was actually just this backing plate. I think when I've fitted the new brake pipe, copper brake pipe, I've probably bent this backing plate over. It sounds all right now, and I wondered if, yeah, I think that was the issue. So I'll just lock it. So I've got in here new bits to fit. So I've got a flex disc. Now what I'm hoping is when I get the old one off, I find that it's either it's been replaced, it's been fitted incorrectly, i.e. the gearbox is there and the prop shaft's there when the gearbox should be there and the prop shaft should be there, or it's just worn. I mean, it's 25 years old, so it will be worn if it hasn't been changed. I've also got centre bearing as well, so I'm going to do those, and I'm sort of tempted to order that coolant temperature sensor and say I might do that. Annoyingly, I've got to take the exhaust off again, but if we look at the exhaust, it's moved and it's now catching, and it's just a pain in the ass. So it's not such a bad thing. I've got to take the exhaust. It's just annoying that this exhaust and these wings, loads of time and I'm quite annoying. So I'm going to take the exhaust off, take the heat shield off. I'm hoping I can get to it without taking the front half of the exhaust off. I watched a video, a young American lad doing his, and he was able to get the prop shaft out completely without taking the front part of the exhaust off, just the back half. So I'm hoping I can do that. So get that done, have another look at the exhaust. I think I'm going to need to maybe bend the hangers a little bit. I've actually got some different hangers for it, some new ones. It might be a little bit better, that might allow it to drop down, move across a little bit, give it a little bit more play. What else have we got? Oh yeah, something else, yeah, I'll come to that. And then hopefully we'll be good to go. Now I might forget these, it's a lovely day today, but I've got to go back to work shortly. So it might be that I can get these jobs done. I'm going to maybe make a start if it stays dry tonight and try and get things stripped out. Just go steady away with it, get the exhaust off and the heat shield and the prop shaft out. And maybe over the next few days, maybe by Friday, try and get it boxed back together, get it dropped down again, take it for a spin. If everything's alright, then I will maybe take it for MOT on Saturday, and then that's it really. The car does want still, I've given it a good clean, I've rubbed this wing down a bit, but it still wants a really good deep polish and a bit of touching up here and there, but it's not bad. It looks worse than it is at the moment. I still need to do the roof. Another job I did on Saturday. Okay, let's have a look. Sorry, Friday morning. Was it Friday I think I did this? It might be. So yeah, she starts up fine. It's been stood for, well, since Friday morning. But another little job I'll show you, if you give me the camera there, is, so the car's running absolutely fine. It's just ticking over quite nicely there. I put some petrol in it all the other day. So I fitted this little stereo, it's a CarPlay one, it's just a kind of cheap Chinese knockoff thing, but which means really I've got chargers and I could plug my phone in and get sat nav on there, but I suppose I just can't use my phone really. So yeah, so hopefully Saturday we might be able to get it down for a MOT if it drives alright. I'm pretty sure that it is the flex disc, maybe the bearing, maybe both causing the problems. On Friday morning my dad popped round before we set off to the motor museum. We had about an hour on it. Watched a really good video on YouTube, I think it was a Belgian guy, I'd love to say his name and I can't think what it was, going through kind of diagnosing diff kind of issues and back end noises. Excellent video. So we've just kind of followed him and it all signs pointed to potentially that the diff was alright and the drive shafts are okay, the half shafts if you like, but maybe the drive shaft is a problem. Just a little bit clunky. I think when I get the heated shield off I'll know more, but I've got the bits, I might as well do them. You know, they're nearly 30 years old I guess now. A couple of the little minor bits, so obviously that temperature sensor, I might have a look at that, but also the key. So I'm still having problems with this key and I've just had it now, so sometimes, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, it kind of sticks, it's just a bit stiff and a bit awkward. There we go, you have to kind of wiggle it around a bit. So while I've stopped the spinning, I think it might be a problem on this side with the actual ignition switch I need to look at. Again, seems to be really common as the key spinning, seems to be the ignition switch itself, the kind of the bar that runs across from the barrel to the switch gets stuck, or it comes out or whatever, gets worn I guess. So I'm going to have a look at that and see if I can do something with that. What I did on Friday was plug my computer in, so I've got a top-on something a little bit. It's quite a good little piece of kit for a home mechanic, it's pretty good. And it did come up with a few codes. Now it came up with, off the top of my head, speed sensors on all four wheels. I don't think there's an issue. The brakes are unbelievable. Probably the best part about the car, the brakes, how solid they are. So I just wonder if it's a bit of muck's got in there, or because I've been fiddling around with the brakes and done things like that. want to make sure everything's connected up. So I don't think that's an issue. There was another code for like low voltage or something like that, which when I googled that, it suggested if you'd had the battery off, which I've had the battery on and off and on and off, it might log a code. But it had one for the camshaft sensor, which I haven't touched, although I have unplugged it and plugged it back in a couple of times, I guess. I haven't touched it where it goes into the engine block, so I need to maybe have a look at that. I've got one, but I'm not going to fit it. I'm going to see how the car goes. If it runs alright, I might delete the code, run it for a bit longer, see if the code comes back. If the code does come back, then I'll change it. So yeah, a few things to do. Get this prop shaft overhauled if you like. I want to check the back brakes again to make sure they aren't binding, make sure they are okay. I think they are. And have a look at this ignition switch, have a look at that temperature sensor, keep an eye on that camshaft sensor, and I think that's about it then. Just enjoy it. There'll still be other little bits and pieces. I want to do something with the wing mirrors, but again, hopefully do that after MOT. I want to do something with these door cards. That handle starts to come a bit loose, and seems to be a common fault. I've seen somebody do like a repair, if you like, on it. It was effective, so I might do that. When I'm looking through here, it looks like there's actually no speaker in this door, which is weird. I might have a look at that. Yeah, so once it's MOT, there's probably loads of jobs to do. Another thing that we're planning on doing is doing some content with my dad, or granddad. So the Spitfire is ongoing. I was keep meaning to do a video about that. It's been resprayed and it's a little bit different than maybe how, if you've seen the other videos, how it looked before. There's some work to do on the midget, and then there's a big huge task to do obviously with the MGB GT, which will literally just complete strip down and start again. On that note, we were actually looking at another MG, I showed my dad another MGB GT which has come up for sale not far from here. It looks pretty tidy and pretty nice, so I don't know, it's up to him, it's his money, he might be thinking about it. It looks like potentially quite a good one. And that's it for now, so maybe Friday or Saturday we'll do a catch-up video. Hopefully we'll have an MOT pass to get in our hands, or I'll have my head in my hands, it'll be one or the other. Right, I think that's it now, mate. Is that alright? Anything else? Anything else?
Lovely jubbly.
Lovely jubbly.
Lovely jubbly.
Oh, we saw Del Boy's Capri and his little Reliant Regal van at the Motor Museum.
Right.
Pretty cool. Nathan likes
image right there. Image right there.
Yeah, Nathan likes the Fools and Horses. So.
Yeah.
Right, okay, we'll catch up soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye.